Hey, welcome to another episode of Real Conversation. I'm your host, Nicole Jones,
And I'm Quanta Terry.
and we'd like to thank you guys for joining us here tonight. Hey, girl. Oh, she got hair all slick to the back. You see her over there. Hey, what's up, Quantum girl? Goes on. What's going on over there? You look nice.
Thanks. You too. You too. I got to slick it back sometimes because this heat is crazy and my curls, they don't be lasting out here. So, got to find alternate ways to style my hair until, I'll put something else in there. You know me, I'm always changing. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I miss my curls, but I don't miss them in this weather. Okay.
Right. Right. It's so hot, humidity and everything else is like, oh my goodness. So I am like just, finding different ways to style it and ways that it won't, look too crazy. So lots of mousse and freeze spray, child. That's what's been getting me through. So yeah. But I love that you're
Okay.
feel like how you have your dreads in tied up. It's given, I mean, without it being down on your shoulders, it's given like the poetic justice joint, and she just
Hey.
I
Yes,
always
ma'am.
you used to wear your hair like that back in the day. I remember when you used to do your braids. I'm like, oh snap. That was so
Yep.
long ago. Wow. Old school.
We not gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Memory
No.
lane.
Yes,
No.
I mean I love the style, and like she said, it doesn't matter how short or long your hair is, you can always do this updo. And you guys always ask me, how you do your thing like that, girl? Let me
Oh,
tell you something, okay? One day I just did it, and it stuck.
yeah. And I still don't know how to do it, child. I still can't get it'll come out, but it just doesn't come out the same way. So I know it's different, but I'm like, I don't know. It just don't, sometimes you got to get that special. It just don't hit right. Like I remember when, I don't know what movie that was. And sorry, this is on topic. And I think, I don't know if it was Mike Epps or somebody, he was, no, or Cedric the Entertainer when they was talking about Jermaine or Tito's curl, just don't curl right at the, you got to get that, because, Michael's curl good, right? Boom, boom. But I don't, Jermaine, it'll never just curl right. And that's how I feel when it comes to, doing that tie-up thing. I'm like, there's something missing. I'm doing something wrong. I twisting my hand right, something. It never works for me. I mean, it looks good, but it's not as good as I want it to look. So,
You be
anyway.
looking good, girl. Listen, she's just very hard on her own herself, okay? So the way she critiques her own stuff, listen, she don't need anybody else critiquing her, okay?
Sure don't, because I do enough of it,
That's
okay?
it.
But still at the end be like, oh, but you cute though.
Oh,
But
that part.
you right? Still
That
gotta do,
part.
you can't always find what's wrong with yourself and then not say and not, back that up with some sort of words of affirmation for yourself. Um,
Like, you still look
but
good.
baby, listen, you know, like okay, this tie is crooked. Oh, but you cute though.
That's all right. I'm all
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Your curl don't quite swoop the way it needs to, but you
That's all
still
right.
cute though. You
Can't
gotta,
say nothing.
for effect. You gotta add that in for effect. But yo, I know we weren't on last week. We had a lot of things going on. We were celebrating last week. It was just a lot happening. But I do want to talk about the Knicks becoming the champions. Okay, Nicole,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
what? After how many years did they win the championship? Like
53 years. Listen, the last time they won, I wasn't even born yet, okay? I wasn't even born yet. 1973. The Knicks, that's the last time they won. The last time they've been to the finals was in 1999. In 2026, the Knicks has won.
oh my.
Okay, they have won the championship, and we are so excited that they got this trophy. We are extremely happy for this team, And we seen some people who wasn't even real Knicks fans, okay, that was so
Mhm.
excited that the
Oh,
Knicks actually won. Like, it's just you can't hate on this. You really can't hate on this.
let me tell you. I was just so happy, and we had talked about this a couple of times on the show, just as they were progressing towards the end, and it's like, it would be so big for New York if they were to take home the chip, and they
Yeah.
did, and I was so happy that some of the celebrations were dampered by other things that were going
Mm.
on, during the parade, other negative things that were going on. I was really, a little upset behind that because it almost took away from the moment. But for
Mm.
the most part, because everyone want to post, they always post the bad things. The negative stuff gets pressed before even the good stuff. So
Yeah.
as oh, there were fights. Then one, I think there was a woman that pulled another woman down off the traffic light pole, and they was fighting. I'm like, what is going on? There was just a
That
couple
was
of,
just that was justifiable.
eh, you
Only
know,
because, I mean, what she was doing, she was up there, up on the sign. What was that? What is that called? The walk and don't walk sign, whatever that is called. She wanted to take a picture up there, right? So the lady that was sitting on the pole, she literally was trying to make her fall. So
right, right.
as she was trying to come down. So when that happened, of course she's upset. She was trying to prevent her from making her fall. So she ended up grabbing her and yanked her behind down.
No, I don't get that. Like, I'm not saying that it wasn't justified. I'm saying like those incidents sometimes overshadow what the actual day was about.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like. Okay, things are gonna happen, but the media tends to post and repost, and even just social media in general just tends to post and repost the negative stuff. It's like, listen, don't let that overshadow history being made here. Don't let that overshadow
Hmm.
the city and how they did come together, because many people came together. There were no incidents. There was just love and happiness and joy. And I just hate that the media overshadows and puts like the negative stuff out there. But for the most part, I'm just happy that the Knicks won. I'm happy that New York took home the chip. New York, like the five boroughs of New York,
Yep.
excluding
Woo! Say it again. Say that
Staten
again so the people in the back who didn't
Island.
hear you. Because listen, I don't care if you up top. I don't care where you are. Okay, if you not in Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, or Manhattan,
Okay,
please sit
listen.
down.
Let's get this straight, because there are some people who thinking that they count, but they really don't, right?
No, I'm
It's
sorry.
the five boroughs. New York City won the won the chip, right? Um, that's the funniest thing. People like, I'm from New York. What? Where in New York?
Where you from?
Oh, Buffalo,
Listen,
Gap.
I have
you
a
know,
coworker. See, I'm
that's
from Queens. Okay, he was like, he came in, he transferred from another office, and he was like, someone told him, oh, I'm from New York. And he was like, oh, where you from? I'm saying, I'm from Queens. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm from New York too. Where you from? He was like, Albany. We're not the same.
mm-mm,
We're not
mm-mm.
the same. I'm sorry. No, I was like, I hear you though, but we're not the
Yeah.
same. I'm sorry.
Mm,
I
no.
was like, I said, Miss Hamilton right here, she from Manhattan. Chanel over there, she from Brooklyn.
From New York City.
That's
So
that's the
not
city.
from New York City. Okay. Yeah.
It was funny.
Concrete jungle where things are made up.
You gotta let them know.
But you
You
got,
gotta let
yeah.
them know.
But yeah, I'm so happy. So congratulations to the Knicks, and their team and their head coach. Like, everybody was just so excited. First of all, I loved that Spike Lee was here to witness that. Because remember, he is an avid Knicks fan. He has
Yes.
favored. He has never changed sides. He never switched sides. He was always on that sideline for the Knicks. So for him to be here and witness a chip in his lifetime, Oh, even better. I was
And for
like,
those of you who sat there and said that he should get a ring, I don't agree with that. I do believe that he should be an honorary, um, what do you call it? You know, when they because he's been there, he's at every. It doesn't matter how good or bad the Knicks are. Okay, he is right there in the front line, rooting y'all on. So he should be an honor. What's it called? An honorary. I don't know what it's called, but just get that title. He don't need a ring. He didn't play the game. He's
no, he
not a
didn't.
coach, so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
that I don't think that.
He
But
shooting with them. Nah.
right, he didn't do that. He don't need a ring, but he should get some form of recognition. That's why I
Yeah.
love that he was in the parade. From what I've seen, he was like right there by Bronson's um that the big balloon whatever.
Okay, logo.
Thank you. Okay, it was not coming to me. Okay, but
Logo.
he was there and I think that was dope that they actually included him because he was at every last one of your game. He deserves to be in that parade. Okay,
You know who would have deserved it too? Wendell from Crooklyn. He was an avid Knicks fan.
he was. He was.
Why you laugh?
Listen, he
Why you?
was. Listen,
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to the Knicks.
oh man,
Congratulations to the Knicks. Oh, we're so happy.
ooh, child,
So
that was
happy.
funny. That
That
was
Crook
funny.
movie,
Yeah,
okay?
listen, that's all of our movies. That right there was that was our life. Okay, back in
Yeah.
the day, exactly what you seen in Crooklyn in New York. It
Oh,
didn't. If you didn't have a brown store, it didn't matter. Okay, that was it.
yeah.
Okay,
And
everything playing in
hot
the street.
butter, come get your supper. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
You better
Buffalo,
get home before the street lights come on. All that.
collecting Buffalo nickels. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's just what it was. It
The
was a
only
good.
thing that we didn't have is when Queenie got squished up in the couch.
She was like, Queenie.
Queenie,
That's a
not my
poor baby.
Queenie.
You know, bounced outside the couch. I was like, Lord, what they do to that dog? Cracking up.
Ooh.
Oh my
Man.
God, that's a good movie. But again, congratulations to the Knicks. It's a well-deserved win. And we were rooting for you up here in the Poconos. From Poconos to Georgia. We were rooting for you all, and we're so happy
I was
that
emotional.
you are.
This girl, you don't understand. I know my neighbors was like, if that girl don't shut up, girl, I was screaming to the top of my lungs. I was like, oh my God. I was like, stop, stop, don't follow him again. Don't follow him again.
At that time, I wasn't even watching it. I wasn't watching the final game, but I was in Puerto Rico, and the hotel that we were in, they had the game on downstairs. So once we did our thing, we were chilling out. We went to go eat, and then it was like the fourth quarter, and we were like, okay, it was like fourth quarter. 4 minutes left. We were like, okay, we need to stay and watch this and see what's going on because it was just so close, and people had their hand on their head like
Girl, I
it
was
was.
like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he gets the free throw because they still gonna win. Look
Like
at the time.
okay, so if they get a three right here, and then they get two, and they do this. It was just a lot going on. And when it
Yeah.
went, like the whole crowd erupted in the bar that we were in because it was like a sports bar attached to the hotel, and the whole crowd erupted, and they started playing Alicia Keys,
Aw.
New York State, Empire State.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wow, it was a good feeling. And we all, of course, being from New York, I don't live in New York anymore, but being from New York, most of the people that I went with, they actually still live in New York. So it was
Mhm.
just a momentous occasion. It was a happy occasion. And I was like, yes, we were so excited. So yo, Knicks, y'all did that. Congratulations once again.
Yes. Yeah, so I didn't get to watch the game on TV. I had it on my phone and I was watching it through the on what was it on Google. So it was like the play by play, and I got to so I'm reading it and I'm like the reaction and me like I was like we need a three, we needed this, oh my god he got a three, oh my god. I was like,
Right.
so the person that was on the phone with me was like, because they couldn't watch it because they driving, and they was like, oh my god, they got a three, oh my god, because they're New Yorker too, and
Right.
those of us who couldn't be in New York, it was just like, I can't
Yeah.
believe it, I can't. I was like, oh my gosh, we were just so excited, and when I said tears, my eyes literally watered up.
Wow. I didn't do all of that.
Yo, I'm a New York fan, okay? But it doesn't matter who's playing. I'm watching like that's the team I'm rooting for. You know what I mean? I love sports. I love all sports. But if New York is playing, I'm sorry.
Hmm. Of course,
I'm a New Yorker through and through.
yeah. And rightfully so. I just, for me, I was just like, okay, this is wonderful. And I was very happy. I wasn't overjoyed, but I was just like, I good. I know y'all got this. And that was it. So I
Yeah.
was happy, and I just went on about my business, child. Like
I
Craig,
was shocked that I still had my voice the next day.
really?
Okay.
Oh man.
Girl, I was in here screaming. I
Yeah,
was screaming. I was just like, oh my gosh, I could not believe this. I really couldn't. I was so excited. I was
yeah.
like, man, you don't
Yeah.
understand what took place here.
Yeah, they did. They did the thing. And then winning 4 games to 1, I was like, yes, yo, game five. I was like, and a lot of people were like, Nixon five, Nixon five. That's what you kept hearing was Nixon five,
Yeah.
Nixon five, and it definitely happened. So it was like, wow, okay, y'all did it. They did the dance. They
And
did the dance.
it's basically their comeback because they be losing. I was like, listen, it's okay because I was like, last game they came back. The game before that, they came back. I was like, they gonna do this. When you see them start throwing them threes, you in trouble. Okay? They have a good team. They have a very good team this year. And I love it. I'm just listen, we can keep talking about the Knicks, okay? But I'm just excited and I'm gonna move on right now. So during, we know that it's like Connecticut. Ooh, my bad. So we know that they had a parade. So during a parade, I don't know how many blocks they cut off for the parade or whatever the case may be, but there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of people there. I seen there was a woman with her children that these cops let cross over so she can get her kids to school. Right. What I didn't like was the young lady, she was Caucasian. Okay. I'm hoping that that's not the case. That's not the reason why they let her go with the kids or whatever. But when a young man, an African American young man, tried to go through, they arrested him. And all he was doing was trying to get through so he can go take his test. And he was really agitated, screaming, and he cussed and was like, he just wanted to go take his test. They're literally putting the cuffs on him. We don't have any information if about like what actually happened in regards to the young man. There's no updates. I just want to, it's on every platform that happened. They posted that everywhere,
Yeah.
and I find it's very distasteful. Why I don't understand why would you allow her to go through it and you wouldn't allow him to go through? Because you guys did block off a lot of blocks, and people still got to get to and from work and school because none of this was over. Everyone still had to. The day still went on, even though the Knicks had a parade. What is your thoughts on that, Quana?
I don't really have anything. I don't have anything. I don't know the full story. I don't know what happened. I didn't even hear about it. You're the first person that talked to me about it.
Yeah, it's all over the social media. Well, Miss Lady was in Puerto Rico
Yeah.
enjoying herself.
Like, I don't know. I didn't hear about it. The only thing I heard about was the lady hanging off of the crosswalk or whatever, the light, the stoplight. But that
Oh
was it.
yeah.
I didn't
That
hear about.
was so that's crazy because yeah, so that video was going around too. And there was a response. She actually spoke. She did another video in regards to why she did what she did. And because someone said something about her and she responded to that. But the young man, he was on every platform. He was on what's oh my goodness, I can't think of it, but it's Hollywood something. I seen the actual video, but then after I seen the actual video, I seen it on every other platform. And
Hmm.
I think it's just distasteful. I don't know what the reason was. I don't know if he was just trying to cut through. Maybe they told him not to go that way. But if that was the only way he had to go, you hear somebody in the background saying they just let the Caucasian lady and her kids go through. Why can't he go through too?
You
So
know, and that proves my point about, the bad stuff overshadowing the good stuff, because we were just on a high with
yeah,
congratulating the Knicks, and then you came in with that story, and it's just like,
yeah,
okay. It's like, I'm
yeah.
impressed.
But it's
Yeah,
still news. It's still something that happened at that moment. But she's
right.
right in regards to all the stuff that was bad because there was a young man that also OD'd. Oh, OD'd. What is wrong with the way? Oh, we're in the shadow period for Mercury retrograde. Hold on.
That,
Oh my, hold on. But there was a young man who climbed on top of something so he can watch the parade over the crowd.
okay.
And they saying that he OD'd. I don't know if that's what actually happened. They saying that he OD'd. They gave him, I think, Narcan. But the ongoing, they actually climbed up there. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't let him just. He's passed out. He went up there. He's trying to wake him up. Then there was a woman that went up there and actually put something in his nose, and they got him down. But when he woke up, it was like he was trying to come on to the young lady. What? It was like you was just knocked out, sir. What are you doing? But
Yeah.
yeah, they actually, I think they took him away in the ambulance or whatever the case may be. But
Mm.
yeah, there were some other things that took place. But I don't think that it outshined the actual parade because everything else was what it was supposed to be. And everybody was so excited about that. But the media did try to push the negative negativity that took place on
Yeah.
that particular day. They did.
It's to make New York look bad too,
Yeah.
and it's just like, that's why I didn't give it any energy. I
And
mean,
when
I heard,
you think about it,
but I
it
didn't give
doesn't
it.
matter how much they try to make New York look bad. When you go to these other states, if you move there or visit or whatever, you see other places that is worse than New York
Mm,
all the time. But they sit there and try to make it seem like New York is like this.
either worse off or just as worse.
Yeah.
It's that's just what comes with the territory. I just feel like, again, you know, a lot of that stuff is like it tended to overshadow
Yeah.
the. And it's like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Like, no, okay, let's keep it on a high note. Let's get them, because the way that they came back, and it was just such a historic moment, for the Knicks, and just trying to keep it right there. So anyway, um, can't listen with me, with anybody watching the news, watching what's happening everywhere. We all know that we can't please everybody, right? So some people want to hear the negativity. Some people just want to focus on the positive. But these news outlets, they have to report all of it. So, and in order to please the masses, you gotta, most times, like I said, the negativity is gonna get the most views.
Because
So
they feel
whatever
that that's what sells. That's what it
it is,
is.
absolutely, for
Yeah.
streaming them, stuff like that, it's that's what they have to cater to, because unfortunately, that's what the world wants to see.
It's like
Um,
a clickbait.
huh?
It's like a clickbait when they
Yeah.
put a negative title and then people are like, ooh, and click on it and want to watch to see what's going on. And then they go right to like whatever it is they're speaking about. It's like
Yeah.
that's not what they that's in the title. But yeah, it's a clickbait.
It,
All right.
and so, it's just so annoying. Um, And I, like I said, I try not to really pay attention to the negative stuff because it's like, oh, I don't want to see that. But I'm just happy that everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out, regardless of all the stuff that's in the background that they try to bring to the forefront. The fact is that those people, like I spoke with somebody that I know who's actually working the parade, doing the cameras, and he's like, that didn't happen down here on this end, that he's like, so it just didn't happen in every part of
No,
know what I'm saying? So, and I was happy that he said that. He was like, no, it was all cool over here. We were good on my side. I was like, great, and it was wonderful to hear that. So, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, like I said, they try to please everybody, but you can't please everybody. And you know what? That's gonna bring us to our topic for tonight, and it's people pleasing. And a lot of us have done that, will do it, or has gotten away from people pleasing. Because sometimes when you try to please others, you end up sacrificing the things that you want in order to please others. And that's not how that's supposed to be. You can do stuff for people, and you can be who you need to be for people without sacrificing yourself. Right, Nicole?
absolutely. Listen, first of all, I ain't sacrificing anything. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. Um, I mean, we all go through, trying to please the person that we're around. It doesn't matter if it's platonic or, a love interest, or even our kids. We try
Honey.
to please everyone.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what we're taught. We're taught being a good person is sitting up there trying to, please the people that we're around. Like, I don't, I try my best not to be a people pleaser.
Yeah.
But not being a people pleaser doesn't mean that, um, it's not what it is that we want is not going to flow together. So, no. Girl, what was your question?
It is. I don't think so. But
I clearly was not paying attention. I apologize. I'm sitting up here clicking and doing all kinds of stuff. And then I happened to look at her and she was like, right, Nicole? I was like, yeah. So,
and that's when you say, and you see, and that perfect example. That's when you say, "Girl, what did you say?" Because I didn't hear it. In there and try to say
yo,
something, and it's not even
listen.
what this topic was about. Now you're looking crazy, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay.
Well, I can honestly say that was my fault, but I was sitting here trying to get things placed in order. And then I happened to look up at her and she said what she said. And I'm just like, it's like a
Mhm.
deer in headlights, okay?
Yep.
My
I mean,
bad. I'm sorry.
like, you know what? I wasn't even listening, child. I
Listen, that's why I was like, wait, what you say
think.
again? Because I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I say that in a minute. Yo, check. Wait. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Was your girl was woohoo? She was up there. But it's true. It's true. But like you
Yeah, I'm
said,
sorry.
all have been in a place where we done more, we've overextended just to make others happy, or and sometimes it's not just to make others happy, it's just because it's in your nature to do so, right? It's like
Yes.
always just want to help out, you want to be giving and loving to people. But I think that, no, not that I think, I know that it depends on the reciprocity depends on who you're giving it to,
Yes.
because those people, you can be like that. I was like that for sure. Like, I didn't care who it was. Like, okay, what is it that you need? How can I help? I was always that way. And then it became, to somebody who's a taker, it became like I was trying to please them, um or somebody who didn't really know, who's never even had that type of experience with somebody, because people can just do for you without ulterior motives. But the person who is not used to that type of behavior, they're going to take and then think that think that they hit a lick on a goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, well, oh,
But
she going.
the crazy thing is you can sit there and be kind to someone, but you end up it's like a form of abandonment for yourself.
Yeah, I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
yeah, right. When you're doing it, when you're over excessively doing it, when you're over giving, and then it's like you feel depleted at the in the end. And I think that once you come to terms with the things that you have been doing, like you take an accurate accounting, you're like, okay, I took people in my life and said, okay, who are these people? What do they do for me? What do I do? What do I do for them? And is it serving me? And a lot of people, it just wasn't it. I was like, oh, they gotta go. And it was just like click, click, cut off, and I haven't looked back yet. Because if I think that people sometimes overestimate their roles in your life, right?
Yes.
They overestimate their role in your life. And then when you finally figure out, like, you know what? I could actually live without this person.
Like there is an expiration date on this relationship. Huh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Eureka, light bulb went off. You're like, wait a minute.
I
Hmm.
don't have to stay here.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Thank you for that revelation. And
Yeah.
it but the crazy part is that the people that you realize that about, they'll be the ones that be like, they will be the ones that we talking talking trash about you, like, oh, why they do that, she ain't do this. They're like, hold up, I'm allowed to move on, right? I'm allowed to dictate who's in my life and who isn't. We
But when
allowed to.
you do move on, then the people actually get to see who the toxic one really was.
uh,
Hmm. I
uh,
mean, just saying, it happens. Like you sit up there and you know how they be like, oh, well, Quana this and Quana that, or Nicole this and Nicole that. But then when whoever it doesn't, and remember, this is not always just relationship based. This is every relationship you've ever had, friends, family, everything. Okay, and then when you sit up there and Quana's over there and the other person's over on across yonder somewhere, and over there is nothing but Dragon Ball Z's and flame taunts being thrown, and over here is all flowers and hearts and
I'm
like
for
what's
they over here. You over there with fire and brimstone. Who is it? Who is
it's like
it?
you
Really?
got Tasmanian devil and all the other stuff. Like, come on.
Ripping through yourself. Hey, we the bad people. You know what I'm saying? It's just so weird. But it is when you allow to take back, when you take back your power.
Yeah.
You take back your power. You decide that you are in control of your life. There was somebody that I used to know that would say he controls the narrative. And that's okay, right? You're supposed to control your own narrative of your life. But it's when people try to control the narrative of someone else's life. That's when things go awry. But you are supposed to be the person that's in control of your life. Of course, you go to God for assistance, direction, guidance. You do that, absolutely. But with faith without work, so you still have to do the work, and you have to take control and take back the power that He has given you. Take back the authority that He has given you in order to be Lord, one, over your life, and being the one that's going to take the necessary steps that you need to move forward to live out your purpose and your destiny. So it's
Mhm. I'm
it,
sorry, Maya's over here running around. I keep looking back because I thought she was like right here.
What? Oh, you know what I want to ask you, Nicole, is this: what's the cost of putting other people first? What's the hidden cost of putting other people before you?
Losing your peace. Losing your peace. It's you. Listen, I've learned that because I used to always put, people ahead of me, including my own children. Like, where I'm a single mom, that's just what we do. Okay, but when it comes to your peace, once you have it, you don't want to lose that. So putting other people before you, yes, you should never lose your peace for anybody, and it's it's a game changer. There should be no reason why. For me, that's the number one right there.
Yeah,
How about for you?
I think one of there's several, but one of
Yes.
that can happen is you actually lose yourself.
Hmm. But I figured that losing yourself and your peace is one, don't you think?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think when I say lose yourself, meaning there's no sense of autonomy.
Okay.
When you are trying to please someone, that means you're trying to fit into their narrative, fit into their mold that they have for you. And
Hmm.
when you continue to do that, parts of yourself go with that person. It's like
Yeah.
now you sit back and say, wait, who am I? What do I like?
Yeah, because you're
What,
shrinking yourself.
you know?
Hmm.
So that's what I say when that's the cost of people pleasing, is you losing yourself, because in times when you want to say no, you say yes.
Hmm.
You go everything that you believe, that whatever you thought for yourself, and it's like, you know what, yeah, I want to say no, but I'm going to say yes to this person. Now you've given away your power. They've taken that. Now you have to get that back, and you have to then say no when you feel like saying no. You have to reject certain offers. You have to reject certain things that don't align with who you are and who you're trying to become. And that is one of the hidden costs. So, like you said, your peace, you definitely lose your peace in that, but also you can lose who you are in your sense of autonomy in relationships, period.
So what you just described, to me, that's my piece. You know, I get what you're saying, but I guess for me, it's like clumped all into one for me, right? And but you're right. You're 100% right in regards to what you say, girl. Listen, please
Not
forgive the way I'm speaking because it is all over the places tonight. Okay, but yes, you're. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do lose a lot, and you lose a lot. Your peace, yourself, your in a lot of cases, when you give away your power, when you do things that you don't want to do, you end up becoming, bound to a certain way of life, a certain way of doing things, and it's not the way that you want to do it, but now you're bound to that, at least for the time being, until you finally wake up and say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't
We
want to
right.
be.
We tend to do that a lot. I mean, well, in the beginning, you tend to do that a lot. You lose yourself. You allow that person to dictate everything that goes on until you actually put your foot down and say, you know what, nah, I'm not doing that no more. This is what's going to be. If you don't like that, hey,
You gotta
peace.
hit the road, Jack or Jill. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. you know,
Everybody knew what she said. Jack or Jill? Yes.
hit the
I'm
road,
in my head. I'm in my head like.
hit the road, Jack. And don't you. That was given. Imagine, and I got that from. I just
Ray
watched Ray.
Charles.
Yeah, I was just watching Ray. She was like, hit the road, Jack. She was.
Hmm. Yep.
She was like,
Now
oh my god.
that's the crazy part is though we actually heard that song growing up, but
Hmm.
when you watch the movie Ray, it just bring it all back, and now you know where it comes from.
Yeah. And you know what? And thinking about that song in the movie, in the moment, it was like she had given so much of herself to him.
Prime
And
example.
whatever. Like, it is what it is. First of all, I ain't leaving my wife. You can kick rocks with open toe shoes on. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like it was almost like he threw her away. And
Hmm.
again, a hidden cost of people pleasing. That was good, Nicole. Thank you for that
Yeah.
perfect. Um, it is the hidden cost of, of people pleasing. You losing yourself. You losing your sense of self, your sense of autonomy. It's like, wait,
Hmm.
what? And she just thought that again, she overestimated her place in his life.
Yep.
And he was just like, he was okay with just putting her to the side and saying, all right, it is what it is.
I mean, well, to be honest, like if you decide that you're gonna come in on somebody else's situation, you already know what their situation is. You're gonna have to play that position or step the heck off because how do you expect him to leave his wife or for her to leave her man? Like you got to
Yeah,
make that make sense. So
yeah,
he did exactly what it is that he did. He came in, got that gift that you gave him, and went right back to where it is that he wanted to be. We speak about this all the time.
yeah,
Okay, they got movie after movie after movie that shows and prove that these women will keep repeating this same daggone cycle. Like you sit up there and do that, and guess what? You didn't learn your lesson, and you keep repeating this cycle. Keep dealing with the same person in a different body. Come on, they in different meat suits, same spirit, different meat suits.
yeah,
She can't deal with in this movie. She can't handle it. She ended up killing herself. Oh, then because she wanted to be like him. Make it make sense.
yeah. Listen, but that is what happens, right? That is
Yeah.
so often. And these are stories that we know about, but there are so many unsung, and untold stories about people who have dealt with that, who have thought that this person was their end all be all, and then come to find out they don't hold that place or that title in that person's life that they thought that they did. And
Right.
then they turn to things, whether it be addictions or whatever it is, they turn to other things to cope,
Mhm.
you know
Yeah.
and it is, it's a lot, it really is. And I feel as if a lot of the things that happen to women and men alike,
Hmm.
when we go all above and beyond for people, for the wrong people, is what land us in difficult positions. So again, there are a lot of hidden costs of people pleasing, but there are many different ways that we can avoid it altogether. Put yourself first. Say no when you feel like it, because it is a complete sentence and you don't have to explain why you're saying no. Just say it, and that person should understand. If they do not understand, then that is not on you, that is on them. But make sure that that whatever you're doing, whatever you're going to do for someone, doesn't cost you. Like Nicole said, doesn't cost you your peace, doesn't cost you yourself and and your morals and beliefs. Don't let it happen to you like that.
So basically, the goal is not becoming selfish.
Mhm.
The goal is stop abandoning yourself because people pleasing may keep the peace around you, but it can steal the peace within you.
Ooh, steal it, child. Who you tell? That was good. Yeah, very
Yeah.
true.
But
And
always
look,
choose yourself, honor yourself, and protect yourself. Protect your
always
peace.
handle yourself with care. And I have been saying that for years now. And somebody that I know kind of stole it. But I would
I can't
say
with you.
handle yourself with care, because if you don't handle yourself with care, nobody else is going to. If you don't teach people how to treat you, they're going to treat you how they want to treat you.
Hmm.
And it's important for your mental health, for your physical health, and for your emotional health to make sure that you're putting yourself first. It's not being selfish. And I always say, like, it's not me not being heartless. It's just using my heart a little less,
Yeah,
right? Because
I love
it's
that. Yep.
it's ne- you can't pour yourself out into people who insist on continuously